All right, joined now by Sarah Schmelzel after her second round here at the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. Fantastic round, 6 birdies, only 1 bogey on the card. Just kind of what went into today.
Just staying really patient out there, staying aggressive off the tees is kind of our game plan this week. And, I drove it really well. So fortunately, I was able to take advantage of having some shorter irons in today and, saw a few putts go in early, which always helps build the confidence for the rest of the day. And fortunately, just kept the momentum all day.
And speaking of confidence, to have a pretty decently clean scorecard and then to finish the round with back-to-back birdies, just how much confidence can that give you heading into the weekend, especially on a course like this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, kind of caught a glimpse of the leaderboard on 17 and saw that I was right around the lead, so it was just nice to kind of be able to finish that well too, knowing that I was around the lead in a major. So just going to continue to be confident in the fact that I can make birdies and make good pars and everything out here and just try and keep rolling.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and open it up, Babs.
Sure. Can you take us through those last 2 birdies, what you hit in, how far?
Yeah, for sure. On 17, I kind of got away with one. It was actually a perfect number for an 8-iron, and I left it out to the right a little bit, and it covered, just like that fringe just to the right of the hole, and it went maybe a yard past pin high. So I kind of got away with one there and made a good putt. And then on 18, we went driver 3-wood and hit both of them about as well as I could. We were just short of the right bunker and chipped it up to about a foot and easy birdie. So it was nice to finish that way.
In the game plan decision to be aggressive off the tee, is that a difficult one to make on this, or how do you make that call?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such an advantage if you are hitting driver well out here, and I feel like I drive the ball well, so if I can commit to my shots, I think that I can drive it well around here and then be able to take advantage of having a little shorter clubs in. I think it's pretty visually daunting for sure, but just really seeing my shot shape and then committing to that, and then wherever it goes, and just keep plugging along all day.
Sarah?
You had one of the most solid stretches of golf probably of your career in that spring March area. It's not been super great since. How have you managed to kind of reset, refocus, knowing that it's coming and looking ahead to this week?
Yeah, definitely. I think just relying on my team a ton, swing coach, mental coach, putting coach, strength coach, just they're really great at reminding me how much of a process this is. I can tend to kind of veer away from that and not get so process-oriented, and I get a little more perfection-oriented. So they've just been awesome at helping me continue to work on the right things and encouraging me. And, I think they've just said it enough. I started to believe it, and it's nice that it's been working out this week.
This might be a little bit of a stretch, but obviously playing golf in Arizona, you do not have a lot of margin for error. Does that help you at a venue like this where it is so tight off the tee?
I don't know if it helps me. I actually, at home, I play one of the very few tree-lined courses in Phoenix probably, so I think it travels really well. I'm kind of used to seeing trees, used to, if I hit it in, I'm kind of hitting around it. I like to shape the ball, so I like that about being out here. If, you're in the wrong side of the fairway and you got to shape it a little, I think that's fun. So the course that I play at home, would probably be an advantage. I'm not sure if desert golf is necessarily an advantage to coming out to trees like this, but yeah, it's been traveling well, which is nice.
What's that golf course?
Moon Valley Country Club.
Beth Ann?
Hi. Great round today.
Thank you.
You started with a new instructor not too long ago. Can you tell us just what Chris focused on and how that helped you?
Yeah, I started working with Chris pretty early on in the off season and went to San Diego quite a bit to see him over the off season, and he's been out for a few events this year, which has been good. We did a little bit of just swing mechanics, trying to make it a little more dynamic, trying to be a little wider, trying to be able to use my legs and my strength a little bit more instead of just kind of swinging my arms at it. And he's also just been amazing at the mental side of it and the process. He's really gotten me dialed into, this is your game plan of the day. If you continue to take care of each day, then the bigger things will happen. And that's really helped me just kind of let go of all the other stuff, all the end goals and that kind of thing, and just really focus on the process.
Was there anything specific for this week that he's told you so far?
No, I mean, I saw him after, I guess that was the U.S. Open. I went to go see him, and I played, honestly, I started to hit it well again at Founders, and then I hit it really well at the U.S. Open. I just didn't putt very well, and he just told me, I was kind of in that perfection frame of mind, like, what do I need to do to play well? And he said, you're going to play well. Like, relax, and it's going to happen, and believe it. And so I've just been last few weeks thinking of that and saw some really, really positive stuff last week and just took that into this week.
Can I just one more? What made you choose him?
Honestly, Allison Lee. She's obviously an amazing golfer. Love how she swings it. Played with her a few times over the last couple years and was just super impressed. And she spoke so highly of him. He's also in San Diego, so it's super easy for me to get to from Phoenix. And I'm just really lucky that he and I vibed really well right off the bat, and it's been working out so well.
Thank you.
A few players hit driver off the deck in the practice round on 18. Did you test that at all?
No, I did not. I know my strengths and weaknesses. I'm not going to try and do that.
Sarah, it seems like the greens are starting to firm up a little bit more. Is that where having those shorter irons into these greens is going to have that much more effect at this stage with the greens pushing a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as long as you're hitting it straight, it works out well, right? And I think you've just got to take your, I guess, chances out here, where even when we have had 8 irons and 9 irons, we're still playing up the mouth of the green because the pin is tucked over a downslope and you're just not getting close to it. But it is nice to have a 9 iron instead of having a 7 iron. So I think overall, for the rest of the weekend, I think it does play a bit of an advantage.
What was your best birdie out there today?
Oh, best birdie. I mean, probably one of the last 2, just being able to finish the round off that way, knowing I was close to the lead, probably 18, just hitting a really good drive, a really good second shot, and then chipping it to a foot was about as easy as it could feel for the most part.
And you mentioned Moon Valley before. Is there a tie-in with Annika's 59 with getting you into golf?
Yeah, for sure. My parents have been members there since the late 90s, and I grew up just across the street from 7th Street, so I'm about 5 minutes from Moon Valley. And my dad pulled me out of school that day when she was shooting 59. One of the guys in the bag room called him and said, "You got to bring the kids out, like something special's happening." And I don't remember much of it other than like the atmosphere and everything, but from that point forward, I went out to Moon Valley every single year that the Safeway was there and went and watched Annika and followed her around. And she's just been so inspiring to my career, really, just the way she worked really hard, the way she still works really hard, and the way she carries herself. She's just been such an awesome role model.
Have you shared that story with her?
Yeah, for sure. I was with her for a Store Capital outing earlier this year, and I've been fortunate enough to play in the Annika as a junior and the Annika when I was in college, and then obviously at Pelican. So our paths have crossed a few times, and yes,